Hello, bookish friends in the internet. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew, and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading. And for today's video, I am here to do my super big summer TBR. So this is going to be my TBR for the month of June, July, August, and a little bit of September, because I put some like fallish books or books I think will be perfect for the fall season in here. I have literally 5 stacks here. I have a middle grade stacks of books that I want to get to. I have my sequel stacks, like series I need to get caught up on. I have my contemporary books and my adult romances, adult thriller section, just first books in a fantasy series I want to get to. And then I have an ARC section. My ARCs I'm going to save for last. That way we can just fly through these. And yeah, there's not gonna be really a particular order, and I won't be doing summaries for all these books. I'll just tell you what I know about them, and then we'll just go on from there. So this might be split up into 2-part video depending on how long I talk for, but without further ado, let's jump into my TBR video and see what I plan to read this summer. So this first stack, I'm actually gonna stand up. This first stack is not that big of a stack. As you can see, this is my middle grade stack, so I'm literally just going to fly through my middle grade books. The first one I would like to get to this summer is A Taste of Magic by J.L. This is the same author who wrote Wings of Ebony that I read last year and absolutely enjoyed. I still need to finish that duology, so I think I might do that before picking up her middle grade book. But this one, I just been staring at the cover a lot lately because it's been sitting on my TBR cart, and I'm like, I really just need to pick it up. But I know there's no news about book 2 yet, so hopefully we'll have news about book 2. If not, that's okay. But I'm really excited for this one. This is set out of like boarding school and all that, so we'll see how it goes. I'm curious and excited for this one. The next one I have is Keeper of the Lost City, book 4. This should technically be in my sequel stacks that I have, because this is a sequel that I need to get on. I was supposed to read this back in April for my friend Mel over at Completely Melanie, like read along she has going on. I believe they're on book 6 now as the time of filming this. I'm filming this on June 10th, so I believe they're on book 6. So I am like 2 books behind on the read along, so I definitely want to get caught up this summer. And I literally own all the books. I just don't know why it's taking me forever. I think the reason why is because it's been a while since I read book 3, so I might have to watch a recap video or just watch my old reviews. But yeah, very excited to get back into this world, and hopefully I'll binge read this series this summer/fall. Next is another first book in a new middle grade series, and that is Paru and the Soul Stealer by Lori M. Lee. This is another cover where it's just been staring at me on my TBR cart. It's part of the Rick Riordan Presents imprint. It's like my only one I haven't read yet, I believe. So very excited for that. And I believe we are getting a sequel for this one, at least according to Goodreads. I just don't know when book 2 will come out. But according to Goodreads, we're supposed to have a sequel. So that's very exciting. Have never read anything by Lori M. Lee, so we will see what I will think about this one. The next book I have is Shinjin Takashi and the Mark of Cult by Shili Kagawa. I am so sorry for butchering this title. I always do. I currently have the audiobook checked out for this one from my Hoopla account, so I'm definitely going to try and binge read this trilogy this summer. Only books 1 and 2 are out right now, and then I think book 3 might come out this fall, or it might come out in 2024. I'm not too sure, but this is one series I would like to start this summer. Another book that I would want to start this summer is Fracture Path by J.C. Kaventz. This should also go into my sequel stack, just because this is the 3rd book in the Mirror series. Book 4 comes out in July, so I might save this for my July TBR and just binge read the last 2 books of this series. And I really hope I love it, because I buddy read the first 2 books with my friend Taylor, and now we're gonna buddy read the last 2 together. So nervous for this one, but Hopefully we love it because we both love JC Cavant's writing. And my final middle grade I would like to get to is The Marvelers by Danielle Clayton. Again, I feel like this is a 5-star prediction for me. I did started this one earlier this year, but I didn't finish it. So what I remembered reading of it, I've really enjoyed so far. So hopefully I'll restart this summer, and then I believe book 2 also comes out during the summertime, so that'll be really nice to start this one and then have to wait a few months for book 2. Moving into my romance stack, because my romance stack is the biggest one here. The first one, it was supposed to be read for my book club that I have, which is called Career Reads, if you don't know. And for a May book club pick, it was for In the Lives of Puppets by T.J. Klune. I had a library copy for this one for a little bit, but then my library book was due. And then when we were on our main trip, which hopefully you'll see that vlog coming up before this video. If so, I'll leave it up above or down below. I bought this book in one of the bookstores in Maine, and it was a signed copy. Like, what? I'm so excited. I haven't shown this off in a video, so this is for your guys' first time of seeing this. You'll see this again in my June book haul. All I know, it's T.J. Klune. I loved everything by him so far, so I'm excited to get to this one. Next is a buddy read I'm doing. I was supposed to read this with my friend Sydney, but I believe she already finished it, or we're starting it this week. I can't remember. But that is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I feel like I haven't read a Taylor Jenkins Reid's book in like forever, so I think now is the perfect time, especially since it's summertime, and this is definitely a summer book. But yeah, I hear this is set in the same world as Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones, so that's going to be interesting to find out. And I know Carrie Soto is also interwoven with this world, so kind of want to read all her books to see how they're interwoven. If you read this one, let me know what you thought of it. I know it was very popular last summer, so we'll see if I like this one or not. Next one is also along the same line, which was popular last year, and I just never got to it, and that is Part of Your World by Abby Gisman. I have the audiobook for this one checked out for my Libby account currently, so hopefully future me can just pick this up, read it, and love it. We do have book 2, which is Yours Truly, on our shelf, or my shelf. I don't know why I'm talking like third person, but we do have book 2 on my shelf, so if I want, I can binge read this series. Companion novels, I'm not sure, but yeah, this is adult romance set in New York City. Don't know too much about it, so yeah. Going into my YA books, I have a lot of LGBT books that I want to get to, especially because it's June right now, and that is Imogen, obviously, by Becky Abitali. This is one of my most anticipated reads. I put this in my May book haul, so yeah, very excited for this. Most anticipated read, auto-by author, set in a college setting. What more can I want? Then this one, I was really shocked to see that I haven't read this one yet. So when I saw it on my bookshelf, I was like, oh, let's put this on this stack, because this literally has the word summer in the title. And that is Cool for the Summer by Delilah Alder. This was my first Delilah Alder book I bought, and I surprisingly haven't read it yet. It's super short too, so it's honestly perfect for Pride Month. So you might see this in my June wrap up, you might not. I might just be saving it for the end of summer, but it's super short. It's literally my shortest book on this whole entire video, I think, so we love that. Next one, this one came out last year. I meant to read it all throughout the year and never have, but now I feel like I should read Hollow Fires by Samia Ahmed. This is the same author who wrote, what was the, oh my gosh, Internment. That was such a hard-hitting contemporary novel that I read last year and really enjoyed. And I heard this is set in the same world as Internment, so that will be interesting. I literally bought this just because of the cover and how cool the spine is and all that, and also just because I really loved Internment, so hopefully this will be a new auto-by author. Speaking of auto-by authors, I have Julie Buxbaum with The Year on Fire. I bought this last year, haven't read it. really mad at myself for not reading this one yet, because I literally buddy read all of Julie's other books with my friend Taylor. And I don't know if we're buddy reading this one this summer or if we're just reading it on our own. But I'm very excited for this. This came out last year in April, and I still have not read it yet. And I'm kind of ashamed because I love Julie Buxbaum. So, yeah. Another autobi author is J.C. Caffin's Flirting with Fate. The companion novel for this one comes out, or is already out. It's called Always Isn't Forever. So I'm going to buy myself a copy during my book shopping trip next week. And I can't wait to read this. This one I know for sure I'm buddy reading with my friend Taylor. So Taylor, I'm waiting on you. So that was everything in my romance slash contemporary section. And now let's jump into my thrillers, because thrillers doesn't have a lot of books this summer. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get more into my thrillers, either adult or young adult. So if you have any good thrillers, let me know. But starting off, I did started this one earlier this year, but again, I have not finished it. And that's The Maid by Nita Prose. I just found out that there's going to be a prequel novel to this called The Mystery Guest, I think. I could be wrong. It comes out in November. I did enjoy what I read of it so far. I'm literally like 80 pages in, so I don't know why I didn't finish this earlier this year. But again, if I do pick this up sometimes this summer, I will restart it, obviously. Another book I'm gonna have to restart. Oh no! Another book I'm gonna have to restart is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This is Riley Sager's newest novel before The Only One Left, which that's also on my TBR, but I'm not including new releases yet. I started reading this last summer and I wasn't really enjoying it, so I DNF'd it last summer. I mean, I really did DNF it, but I just didn't count it toward my goal. Let's see, how far did I get? 75 pages into this one, and I don't know why. Well, actually I do know why I didn't continue it. I just didn't really love like the subject of it, I guess, because the main character was like going psycho, not psycho, but like a little bit crazy, and they were just talking a lot about alcohol in here, which I should have seen coming since it is an adult thriller. But I wasn't feeling this when I was reading it last summer, and it sucks because this was one of my most anticipated reads of last year. So hopefully now that I'm not so sick, I can pick this up, and hopefully I'll like it the second time around. This is a YA thriller that I want to read, and that is The Rumor Game by Danielle Clayton. I don't hear anybody talking about Danielle Clayton. I met her at Y'all West, and she's an amazing author and such a sweetheart too. She actually recognized me from my Instagram account, so that's really fun. But yeah, this is her YA thriller with co-author of Sonia Chapota. I think it's how you say the author's last name. I'm so sorry for butchering it. But yeah, don't know too much about this. It's getting compared to One of Us is Lying and If You Love Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. So we'll see if I like this. It is kind of a chunky thriller, so hopefully I can fly through this? Question mark. Next I have, or the final book in my thriller section, is Small Favors by Erin A. Craig. This one, again, been sitting on my shelves ever since it came out, and I just haven't picked it up. I literally still have my Barnes & Noble sticker from when I got it from Barnes & Noble last year, and I just haven't picked it up. I don't know why. I think it's because I personally don't like bees, and as you can see, there's like a bunch of bees on the cover. But I loved House of Salt and Sorrow, and I'm so happy we're getting a sequel to House of Salt and Sorrow, so looking forward to this. Going into my adult fantasy slash sci-fi stack, we have The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. This is on my friend's recommendation video, the 12 books by 12 friends. I'll leave that video up above or down below. I forgot who recommended this to me, but hopefully this summer I'll finally read it, because once again I have book 2 on my shelf, so this can be another duology that I can binge read this summer. This next one is my friend Lori over at the Chatty Bookworm's favorite book ever, and that is In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. Once again, I started this book earlier this year. I'm literally 15 pages into it. I don't know why I didn't continue, but from what I can remember, I was enjoying it. So once again, why are we stopping books, Drew? So yeah, don't know too much about this. It's a male romance novel. It's also LGBT like fantasy novel, and I literally own all of F.T. Lukens' books right now on my shelf, and I haven't read a single one of them. So I'm gonna start with In Deeper Waters, and hopefully I love this as much as my friend Lori does. And I actually think my friend Lori bought me this book last year, if I remember correctly, or I might have bought myself a copy. I can't remember how I got this, but yeah, this is on my summer TBR. This next one, as soon as I show you this, the end pages, you know what it is. It's none other than Fourth Wing. I'm very excited for this. Book 2 comes out in November, so hopefully I love this as much as everybody else. And I'm so happy I got the sprayed edges and stencil edges before it went out of print. So very excited for this. This is Rebecca Yarrow's debut adult fantasy novel, and I don't need to say too much. It's very popular. Y'all know what it is. So next book. The next book I want to get to this summer is The Trees of Emerald Sea, or Tress of Emerald Sea. I don't know how to say it correctly. I'm sorry. This is one of the secret project books that Brandon Sanderson did. Apparently, during the pandemic, he had 4 secret novels that he didn't tell anybody, not even his publishing company, about it until like he wanted to announce it to everyone, including his publishing company. So that was a very fun way to do what he did. I sadly didn't buy the starter pack, which has like a monthly box of goodies and also the stunning edition. But I would say even the original cover or the standard edition also has pretty end pages, which I really love. It adds to the story. Don't know too much about this, but Brandon Sanderson is also another autobi author. This one I believe I am buddy reading with my friend Lori, unless she hasn't read, or unless she read this one already, and that is The City of Dust by Tara Sim. This is the first book in a new adult fantasy series, and I bought this last year at Barnes & Noble. Again, my sticker is still on it, and my Barnes & Noble receipt is still in here. It says, for every realm there is a god, for every god there is an heir, for every heir there is a price. Like, does that not sound good? And I believe book 2 comes out in August as well, so if I want, I can save this one for the month of August. This next one I did read back in 2020, but I wanted to reread it this summer because I own books 2 and 3 of this trilogy, and I want to reread Fury Born by Claire Legrand. I remember when I read this for the first time, I gave it 3 stars, and I think it's just because I found the book being really slow, so I hope now that I know the magic system and all that, that it's not really slow. So this is a reread for me, oh my gosh, of the first book, and then hopefully that will motivate me to read books 2 and 3. You'll most likely see books 2 and 3 on my fall TBR. The last 2 books in this stack is Sisters of the Snakes by Serena and Sasha Nanu. And this one says, a lost princess, a desperate switch, a destiny that will shake the world. Don't know too much about it. It's one of my pretty Owl Crate editions, so hopefully I can get another Owl Crate book off my list. And then the final book in the sci-fi / fantasy section I have is Star Wars The High Republic Convergence by Zoraida Kudorova. This one is the third book in the phase 2. I'm actually currently reading the middle grade book right now, so you'll definitely see this one in my June wrap up. You might see this in my June wrap up depending on how the cliffhanger is in this one. But yeah, I'm currently reading the middle grade book for phase 2, and hopefully I'll continue on throughout the summer, because I know there's starting phase 3 in September, I believe, so I definitely want to get caught up. Moving on to my sequel stack, first one I have is Fall of the School for Good and Evil by Simone Chanier. This is book 2 and the finale of the prequel series before the School for Good and Evil universe. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of words to say. I read book 1 last year during June, and I absolutely loved it, so hopefully I'll read this one. I believe I also put this on my camp season-a-thon TBR, so I'll leave that video up above or down below. Sorry, editing me. But yeah, sequel, finale, another duology that I can wrap up this summer. Speaking of series I want to get continuation on is Morning Star by Pierce Brown. I think I finally want to pick this book up. If you've been here for quite a few months, years now, you know I read book 1 and 2 last year, or I read book 1 last year, absolutely loved it. I read it for my book club, and then I read book 2 this year, and it got me in a reading slump. Yes, I said that. It got me in a reading slump. So I hope Morning Star does not get me in a reading slump. But another reason why I want to continue this universe is because the 6th book of the universe is coming out in July. So I feel like binge reading the last 3 books I have from this series will help me motivate me to pick up book 6. That's probably terrible to say that. But yeah, I don't know. I've talked about this multiple times on my channel, but this is another series I want to continue. This one, I literally had to DNF it in May because it was just getting me slumpy, and I don't want to be in a reading slump. But Chain of Thorns, I'm still currently reading it, still in my same spot that I was. Hopefully I'll finish it sometimes this summer. I am still enjoying it, but I'm just taking a break from Chain of Thorns just because it is a hefty fantasy book, and I want to take my time with it because it is the finale of the trilogy. This one, I believe book 3 is coming out in October, and that is Feather and Flames by Livia Blackburn. I bought this last year, meant to read this last year, and I never got to it. And book 3 has a cover change, which I'm really mad about, but I'm hoping I love this one because this is a Mulan retelling, and I read Rebel Rose, which was a Beauty and the Beast retelling last year and really loved it, so hopefully I'll continue on with this. Another one that I want to continue on, and this was my highly anticipated read, like this was in my top 5 must read books for 2023, and I haven't yet, and that is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo, the sequel that we've been all waiting for to Ninth House. I loved Ninth House. It was one of my favorite reads of whatever year I read it in, and we waited years for the sequel, so I'm so happy to have it. I'm so happy Book of the Month did this one, so yeah, can't say too much about it. The next book I have is the finale of a trilogy, and that is Stormbreaker by Natalie C. Parker. This is the 3rd and final book of the Seafire trilogy. Read books 1 and 2 the years they came out. Don't know why I haven't picked up book 3 yet, but hopefully this video will motivate me. Maybe I need to do what I did with Furyborn and reread books 1 and 2, and then jump into Stormbreaker. So the second to final book in my sequel stack is Defend the Dawn by Bridget Kemmerer. I did started this book earlier this year. I literally got that far into it. I got 115 pages. 115 pages into it. I think the reason why, because at the time I was reading this, there was no news about book 3, but now there is, and it has a beautiful cover. Future me would put a cover here on the screen for book 3. It's called Destroy the Day. So here's the cover. It just looks so stunning. I cannot wait to see it in person. Book 3 comes out in January, so if I do read this sometimes this summer, I will have a long wait. But once again, if I do pick this back up, I'm gonna have to restart it because it's been a while. I literally picked this up in February and I put it down because there was no news. So there's that. And the final book this has been in every single TBR video, so somebody needs to tell me to pick this sequel up. But book 3 comes out in January. Yes, you heard me right. Another trilogy that is ending in January. I'll put the cover for this one. It's called Beasts of War, I think. I'll put the cover here. But that is Beasts of Ruin by Ayana Gray. The cover for book 3, gorgeous. I cannot wait to read this one. It's literally been a 5-star prediction for me ever since I bought it. Or, not me. My friend Taylor bought this for me, and I still haven't read this yet. I am so sorry, Taylor. I'll read it this summer. I will read it this summer. Somebody tell me that. If anybody would like to buddy read this one with me, let me know down below. I would love to do that. I read book 1 last year for my book club. Absolutely loved it. Gave it 5 stars. So I don't know why I haven't picked up book 2 yet. So there's that. And getting down to my final stack, we have my arcs. I am literally behind on my arcs. This is literally my arc stack right here. So let's just fly through this because this is a long video. So first up, I have Fury of the Dragon Goddess. This comes out August 1st. I definitely want to read this before it comes out. And plus, I met the author in person this year, which was very exciting. So book 2 to City of the Plague God. Next is an arc Penguin Teen sent to me, and that is The Last Girl Standing by Jennifer Dugan. This is Jennifer Dugan's debut novel as a YA thriller author. Auto-buy author, love her so much. So this one comes out August 15th. This one is already out, but Penguin Teen sent this to me, so I'm gonna count it as an arc, and that is They Hate Each Other by Amanda Woody. This one is already out in stores, so go get your copy. This one is also already out, but again, I'm behind on books that I got sent to me to read and review from publishing, and that is The Everlasting Rose. And since I'm talking about it, I'll pick up book 3, The Everlasting Rose and The Beauty Trials by Daniel Clayton, books 2 and 3 of the Bells trilogy by her. Definitely another trilogy I can binge read this summer. Both of these are very short, and I have the audiobooks from my Audible account, so hopefully I like these two. And yeah, thank you Disney Books for sending these my way. Next is one that I'm actually currently reading as well, and that's The Lake House by Sarah Beth Durst. I see how beautiful this book is as a hardcover. I saw it throughout all my friends who got it on Book Talk, and it just looks so pretty in hardcover. So I am really enjoying this one so far, and hopefully I'll finish it in the month of June. Another stack falling. Next I have is Your Plantation Prom Is Not Okay by Kelly McWilliams. This one is already out as well. This one came out May 2nd, which was such a huge day for books. Then I have The Sharp Edge of Silence by Cameron Kelly Roseblum. This one already came out. This came out in April. So did Bianca Tor Is Afraid of Everything. This one also came out in April. These are 2 books I got sent to me from Epic Reads. And then I got There Goes the Neighborhood by Jade Adia. Don't know too much about this, but Disney Books sent this for me to read a review. This came out in March. And my final book for this video is my newest arc that I just received, is Bonesmith by Nikki Peru Preta. This is the first book in a brand new series by this author. I completed the Crown of Feathers trilogy this month. Spoiler alert for my June wrap-up. But I'm very excited to start a new world by this author, and hopefully I love this one as much as I love the Crown of Feathers trilogy. And this book comes out July 25th, and thank you to my friend Charlie for sending this my way. So there you have it. That is a very long video, and I'm so sorry that it was so long. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll talk to you down below. If you want to buddy read any of these with me, let me know down below as well. And once again, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.